Good morning, beloveds. So, fun fact, it's Earth Day. And it is actually the 50th Earth Day. Apparently it started back in 1970. In the irony of the situation is that it's about environmental protection. And right now, we're pretty much protecting the environment by staying home. Just, I keep seeing pictures and hearing stories and how the waters are clear, probably because we're not putting all the sunscreen in it, on the beaches, rather. I'm also hearing stories about masks and gloves turning up in the ocean, so that's a little disheartening, because we're not properly disposing of those. That in India, for the first time in however many years, you can actually see the color of the actual color of the sky instead of the gray pollution sky. I forget where it was, but somewhere you could actually see a mountain that they hadn't seen in years because the pollution has lowered. It's like, if we needed any clue on what our impact on the environment is, just on air quality, we're getting it now. Apparently the story about the dolphins in the Venice canals was false, but apparently the story about the waters being so clear that you could see the fish in the canals is true. And then that spawned a whole bunch of funny memes about the various creatures that are returning to the towns. I mean, there's a Welsh town that's been taken over by mountain goats. That's not so big. Good morning, Margaret. But then there's the memes about the dragons returning, and then the orcs or something to New Zealand, which, by the way, is where The Lord of the Rings was filmed, if you want to know where that joke came from. So, happy Earth Day. I know it's kind of gotten lost in all of the chaos going on right now, but it is Earth Day. Bear that in mind as you go forth with your day today. All right, so today is April 22nd. And our Bible quote today is, it's from Revelations. This should be good. He always has something really interesting to say when he talks about Revelation. So this one is Revelations 21:4. And God shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. All right. That's in Revelations. Which, by the way, if you haven't read Revelations, I recommend doing it. We hear all these horror stories about Revelations, but I don't think many of us have actually read Revelations. And it was enlightening to read it for myself. Not have somebody tell me what was in Revelations, but to actually read it for myself. It's a different experience to read it for yourself. So I encourage you, go read Revelations. I mean, read the whole Bible, but read Revelations. Don't listen to what other people have told you about it. Go read it yourself. All right, so let's see what Ernest Holmes has to say in connection to the quote today. How would it be if we all opened up a spiritual account with the Bank of Life, and realizing that we are drawing on the infinite, each day deposited enough hope and happiness and faith to more than meet any emergency that might possibly arise? The wonderful part about this is that we know life contains all these things, and it wants to give them to us. It is intended by the divine scheme of things that we should have them. Why can we not think of it this way? God has already made the initial deposit, and a big one, for everyone who is ever born into this world. because God has given himself to us. He has imparted his own life, and in a mysterious way that is beyond our comprehension, has endowed us with the capacity to love. If God is love, and we sense deeply that this is so, and if each of us has, as we must have, immediate access to the love of God, then we earn the ability to draw on the bank of life in such degree as we become loving. If you take the time to harmonize yourself with love, you will find that when some incident that seems hateful or discordant arises in your experience, you can draw on a reserve force. When some experience comes along that seems unloving, you are able to write a check from your bank of love that will cover every liability of unkindness. God is love, and all the love there is yours. Now, I've heard Jesse use this before. I've heard him talk about the bank of love. We talk about it in a variety of different ways. We talk about our spiritual bank. We talk about praying up. We talk about putting it away for a time when we need it. And that is what he's talking about here. Wow. You find new little things in Ernest every day. So we're talking about the bank of love. We're talking about our spiritual bank. We're talking about all of the times that we pray and we treat and we do loving things when we can. Not because we need to, but because we can. And how we're building our account so that when we're in situations like we are now, we have that bank to draw on. But the good news is we can't use it all up. The bank of love is inexhaustible if we go back to the source, which is God or Spirit or whatever word you want to use for it. It's a bank that can never run out. We do have a responsibility to deposit into that bank. So for every loving act of kindness that you do for yourself, for another, and when I say that, I mean another living thing. It doesn't have to be another sentient being. It doesn't have to be another person. It can be your cat or your dog or your garden or the trees outside or the earth in a whole. It is Earth Day. Then we're building up that bank of love so that when we do meet those unkindness, we're not writing a check that's going to bounce, because we remember, well, we have this account and that love is always available, and all we have to do is open to it. So you don't have to start your account. It was started for you when you were born. It was started for you before you were born. And the bank manager's really nice. The bank manager loves you because the bank manager is love. The bank manager wants you to be happy. So think about your account in the bank of love. Think about your spiritual bank account. Make sure that you are taking some spiritual practices which deposit into your bank account. It is our responsibility to make sure that we are topping that account off. But it will, like I said, it'll never run dry. All right, so it is Earth Day. Find something appropriate to Earth Day to do. The good news is that we might get a little rain today, so that'll help out the gardens and the trees and the flowers. And deposit in your bank account. All right, beloveds, I'm going to get ready for the rest of my day. Have a fantastic day. Know that we are with you. Know that we love you. I will be back at 9 a.m. today. Reverend David will be out sometime later this afternoon. And let's see, it's Wednesday. So there will be a telebridge tomorrow for prayer if you would like that. A couple of the practitioners are available at 7. So check your emails for that phone number and code. All right? We're always looking for new ways to be with you and keep connected. Have a fantastic Earth Day. Love you guys. Bye.